Now let's change the music. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to more Madden 20 Broncos franchise. That's right. I'm back. I think. Allow me to check and see if this is working. Oh yeah, we're back. Again. I got one more game to play. I added some stuff to do for like an hour and a half, but I'm good now. Back like he never left. It's a weird day, isn't it? 2020, man, full of surprises. Hey Jalen, I talked about Madden 21 quite a bit in the first stream I did today. It's unlisted right now, but I'll have it public here shortly. And I got some more thoughts on it there. But yeah, very disappointed, of course, by the lack of franchise news and the state of the game as a whole. Go Birds, Kane. Connor, which birds? This is the NFL. There are a lot of birds here. Cardinals, Seahawks, Falcons. Which one? I have a feeling that Luke Irvin might have an unbelievable season. Maybe. Maybe he can turn it around. No, I do not have a Discord server. Will I be doing a Madden 21 franchise, Kane, or sticking with the Broncos? Right now I'm looking at sticking with the Broncos. I think there's still so much meat left on this series, and there's a lot of things I could look at doing, and I really enjoy this series, and the only reason I'd be ending it is because Madden 21's coming out, and what's so great about Madden 21 franchise mode, huh? Not much. We all know birds is the Eagles. Did I even mention them when I said Cardinals, Seahawks, and Falcons? Oh, man. I have a question. How do you play Madden without updating it? Because every time I have to update it to be able to open the game, but I want to play on the same patch. So what happens is when you open the game, is this actually live? Jason, this is live. What happens when you open the game is you're going to have to look at your notifications, and you're going to have to pause the download as soon as you open the app so it doesn't actually finish. Can you choose my team I'm going to coach? Detroit Lions. If you're using updated rosters, I would say the Denver Broncos. Pretty fun. How would I change the color of that menu? I have no idea. Yeah, I know. Like, with the thing that I've talked about a lot with Madden, and I brought up today earlier in the first stream, is that Madden needs to start building out and start building up, which means they need to take these features that they have a start with and flesh it out more. For instance, big injury decisions. They have never really adjusted this. They just throw on a few different changes here. There's not a lot of nuance to it, and you're pretty much always going to say start the backup. What about the scenarios? The breakout chances, the unhappy wide receivers, whatever happened to the possibility of a player getting upset and demanding a trade? Or many other possible scenarios. Like the scenario engine, pretty weak in its first attempt. I think we all thought that, hey, maybe next year they'll throw a few new scenarios in, or maybe patch a few in, but we're not that lucky. Any rookies or players that have impressed you in the first 3 games? Definitely trigger. We're looking at Hakeem Butler, Sung-Ho Kwok, Vashawn Wright have all really impressed me. I think I need to figure out the running back situation in this next game. And then I need to get a good look at some of these backup defensive linemen. Feel pretty good about the team, though. I had a lot of fun in the game earlier, and so we're back for another one. Let me do my upgrading quick. These are the focus players I have right now. Levi Summers, I like to develop him into a starter. Brian Johnson at guard, and JT Granger. Kwok for running back 3. I'm thinking more running back 4 or practice squad right now, but he will get more chances. Is the earlier stream up? I missed it. It will be. I think it's unlisted right now, but it'll be up. Welcome back. Thank you, Rec. Thank you for rolling out the red carpet for me. I haven't streamed the first 3 games, no. I streamed the first one in the channel member stream. I played the second one on my own, and then I streamed the third one this morning. And now I'm going to stream the 4th one. How do I feel about the gameplay changes from Madden 21? I mean, there seem to be some good things there, like the zone control. You can manage kind of where certain zones, what depth they're going to play at, and that's pretty interesting. I think that's a great addition. And it looks like, you know, the game looked smoother, tackles and running and the skill stick stuff, but it ain't enough. I mean, it's not like jukes are new. It's not like spinning is a new feature. It's not that impressive. Come on, speed. 4 deep route running is kind of cool. 2 catching. I'm hoping for a little speed here. Like 80, 81 would be nice. That's okay. We'll get him there. Surprise roster cut this year, Kane? I don't know. I don't think there's going to be anything too surprising, but I might trim the roster a little bit right now just to make it a little simpler. I can actually add players to practice squad right now, which is kind of weird. But I don't think that Dustin Payment is going to be on the team anymore. He doesn't have practice squad eligibility. So I think his run here is done. In a couple of years in the NFL. Seeing that there is no Madden 2021, is NHL a possibility? I mean, there's a lot of cool things in NHL, but it's really out of my wheelhouse. I might try it, but I'm still focused on football. Jamario Weathers, I kind of liked him last year, but I think Sung-Ho Kwok has been impressive and we have some more depth. So I'm going to release him. I'm going to release Keenan Gabbard. We have an upgrade at fullback now. At wide receiver, I think we're going to let Braden Hodges go. He had some drops earlier today, and I think we have enough depth there. I think I'll save the rest of the cuts for after 4th game. Any plans for the 4th of July? Hopefully I'll have some barbecue. Otherwise, not a whole lot. I'm really craving some barbecue, man. Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to you. Same. Yeah, everybody wants some barbecue right now, man. It's like 95 degrees every day. Perfect barbecue weather. All right, well, so let's take a look at who's gotten really good chances so far in the preseason. I think I should see a little bit more of Kyle Dillon today, just to be like, okay, if Leighton goes down, we can trust him here. His short accuracy, though, isn't much better than Murray's. So could Murray just be the flat-out backup? I don't know. Neither one is a great short passer. I'm almost wondering if I should trade Kyle Dillon for a different quarterback, because they're both strong arm pocket passers that don't do well underneath. Like, is there another quarterback that would fit better? Don't even say it. You know Adam Kane is not this proficient underneath passer. But 81's decent. Oh my god, Adam Kane. You're going to want... Who's going to say it? Who's going to be the first one to say it? Daniel Jones? Hudson Brooks got $50 million from the Bills. He's not available. Why do I need 3 quarterbacks? I don't normally need 3 quarterbacks, but in this case, I got Leighton, who's the starter. Murray is the player I want to develop, but if Leighton got hurt, I don't exactly trust Murray to be the starter because he has some weaknesses we got to clean up. And so that's why I had 2 backups, because Dillon was more experienced and would have been a better backup for us last season. Sign Adam Kane. What about Sean Sylvan? 87 short accuracy, but no throw power at all. How about Nick Baldwin? I would entertain signing Nick Baldwin. Let me see who's available in trade block. Any tornadoes yet while living in Texas? No, Pee Wee. I haven't encountered any tornadoes, but I have had some pretty violent thunderstorms. I think Scooby Blaylock would be way too tough to obtain. I gotta be more realistic with ratings. LeBlanc, I think, would have the accuracy, but he doesn't have a strong arm. At this point, I'm probably better off just signing and trying to see what we can do there. So let's sign Nicholas Baldwin. We'll see him a little bit in this final game. I actually would have signed Kane, but I'm looking for short accuracy here. All right, we're signing Nicholas Baldwin. Trade Dillon, I guess, then. I think it makes more sense now because he doesn't have a strength, really, that Murray lacks. Running, I need to run the football a bit more in this game. I got to see more of Sung-Ho Kwok and see if he can somehow make the team. Might be tough getting down to 53, but it's possible. At receiver, I want to see more of Malik Jackson for sure. But I'd say just more. I think it's more of figuring out the depth chart now. But I think it's going to be Butler, Wright, Houston. But I think then Price has to compete with Wright, and Price can't even play right now. So we'll see where that goes. Here are the quarterback ratings, though. We'll just go through this quick. So, best short accuracy is obviously Leighton, and then we'd have Nicholas Baldwin here at 85. His 77 medium accuracy is not as good as Dillon's, but better than Murray's by 1. And then deep accuracy is a 3-way tie between Leighton, Dillon, and Murray. So I think Dillon has become very expendable. But I don't think anyone's shown much interest. We got a little bit from a few teams, but no green. So let's find the team that at least has quarterback in their top 3 and start from there. The Giants. Teddy's their starter. When can we expect more NFL head coach 09 content? Boof Cobb, I think I'm going to record some of that on my own this week to get that going a bit more. So I'm hoping I can record some tomorrow. Since there's a chance you're not playing 21, how about the custom franchise you thought about a couple years ago? Yeah, I mean, there's so many creative ways I could go, Josh. Thank you for the super chat. I mean, I have a lot of ideas. I have no shortage of ideas right now. But I'm just, you know, focused on Broncos and what I have going right now, and then we'll see where things go. Unfortunately, Teddy's regressed quite a bit. Trade for Saquon. I think we'll be okay. All right, any other teams? Looking for an interesting player maybe in that range. I would like Patriots. He wouldn't be a starter there. He'd be a backup to Tyson Walker. Maybe just a pick then. What if I offer for a 4? No? What if I throw in a pick? Like a 6. Hardball, huh? All right. Trade has bin made then. Kyle Dillon's going to go be a backup in New England. We swapped Dillon in a 5 for a 4th round pick. It's not a great trade for us, but it's a little bit better trade value. And I think that, you know, Dillon didn't really have a spot on the roster now. Why am I trading Dillon? I'm trading Dillon because he doesn't have the great short accuracy that I think would make him a more reliable backup compared to Jason Murray. So I signed somebody who has that good short accuracy, and I just traded Dillon because I already knew I wanted to keep developing Murray as he's much younger with more upside. Grab that A+ kicker. I like our kicker. We're going to be just fine there. All right, let's take the field. What do we get for Dillon? We traded Dillon in a 5 for a 4th round pick. So we're just basically trading up a 5 into a 4. Can I make Kyle Dillon the coach of the franchise? Of course. What's the most depressing music you have? Shoulder closures, man. You throw the interception. Or this one always seemed kind of sad to me. Like if you were doing like a football movie, this is like the music you play after you lose the state championship on the last play. Just everybody crying in the locker room. No, man, it's not your fault. Sungho Kwok Wildcat? That's an idea that I kind of wish I had explored. That's the Kane, why would you throw that music? Oh, man. I can handle that song for about a minute. Alright, trade for Ali Marpet. Not making any O-line moves right now. All right, final game here. The preseason getting underway, everybody. This is a must-win game. Can't imagine the rain's going to be nice for Jason Murray's accuracy in this one when we do see him. Murray's actually thrown a lot of passes, though, already in the preseason, so I really want to see our new quarterback a bit. So it's 1 quarter with the starters. I just go with it because, you know, it's equal injury risk, I guess, for me and the CPU. Uh-oh, we got it off. Going for Hopkins way downfield, and it's broken up. I want to say that's Ronnie Harrison. There we go. We turned that into something. 8 yards for Donovan Jennings. What is Kyle Dillon's age? I think he's 26 or so. He's entering his 4th year in the league. It's Butler, continuing a great preseason. He is going to be our wide receiver 3. I should work on my checkdowns, but they're not that friendly, I find, in this game. Hard to get upfield quick after you do check it down. Ooh, that works, though. See ya. Peppers inside the 20. Ramsey chasing, and he's out of bounds at the 4. That works. Kind of wish I had Wildcat here for Sung Ho Kwok. Or a halfback pass. Immediately gets 40 yards on a check down. Ah. Good job, D. Good job, D. That's right. I've talked a lot about Madden 21's franchise reveal. I mean, I'm very disappointed they don't have anything in terms of features. They don't care to do anything for the mode. Nice catch, Samuel. Touchdown. I talked about it a lot in the stream I did earlier this morning. And I'm not going to rehash everything, but obviously I'm disappointed like everybody else. And, you know, I think they're making a mistake in not giving franchise mode more love. I think that while the game sells well, Madden is definitely a commercial success. There is so much meat on the bone because of the way that they have earned the reputation they have for Madden. There is undoubtedly meat on the bone. The game should sell more than it does. And I think if they, you know, had a true commitment to franchise and making the game more authentic, they would have much more support from the community. And that support, in many ways, would lead to more people playing and finding the game. And spending more time within the game. Oh my, that's a fumble. I want the football, man. We got it. By the way, that was Noah Fant. Yep. Any tips on custom playbooks? Start with a base and figure out, like, what is your offense going to be all about? Like, you know, when it's 1st and 10 and the game just began, what do you want to focus on? And you want that, you know, to be the meat of your playbook. What fits into that philosophy? Maybe it's heavy personnel, a lot of tight ends, run the football, and in that case, you'd want to make sure, you know, you got enough in your single back here. Okay, a 3 tight end set, a couple 2 tight end sets for some good variance there. You go to your shotgun 2 tight end, perhaps. You figure out how you want to run the football. It all starts with a plan. And I would say don't add too many different formations. Try to keep it tight. You know, you're going to have a lot of shotguns because there's just so many ways you can do it. But, you know, avoid formations where you only have like a few plays you like. Find the ones that have, you know, a good 20, 30 plays where you're going to want to constantly pick from and have audibles that you rely on. Less is more in that case. Uh-oh, intercepted. Or caught. Meat on the bone. That's how I look at it, man. Like, Madden has so much more meat. They could be a lot more successful than they are. And yeah, the game sells well. Who would have thunk it? As video games grow in popularity and they become more mainstream, and the NFL is the biggest sport in the country, and there's one company making a game, and they're a very good marketing company. EA has always been good at marketing. Not necessarily to us, but in the broad sense. They know how to market. Like, no kidding, Madden is successful. That doesn't mean that they don't make mistakes or that they're maximizing their true potential. And I think they're leaving meat on the bone. I gotta get out of here. Oh, he shrugs it off and still goes down. No! Oh boy. It's probably a hand injury. Wrist. We don't want a broken wrist. When do we get the update? Probably after this kick. Let's see Rory just destroy this football. Leighton is from Kalispell. He went to Florida State, and they never gave him a real shot to start, unfortunately. Oh, wait, I think I might have been blocking part of that. $2 for Kane after Leighton's injury. Oh, man. That's probably going to be 5-6 regular season games. Wow. '2020 strikes again. That's 8 weeks, Kane. It could be. It varies. But, I mean, we've seen it happen to Donovan Jennings. That could be 8-9 weeks. Wow. I cannot believe it. Give me that. Well, we know we're going to be running the football a lot more this season. At least to begin. We have like 3.5 quarters to figure out what our plan is for this season. Down goes Trubisky. Better hold off on that contract extension. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Man, I'm really happy that I made the move at quarterback now, though, to bring in someone else, because I don't know who's even starting week 1 right now. But here's Sung-Ho Kwok. He's probably not starting at quarterback. Unless we're running the Wildcat. Don't even suggest it. Run the Wildcat with Sung-Ho Kwok this season. Man. Is that Dustin Payments music? We actually cut him. Don't get Murray hurt now. You gotta believe. Oh, man. Do what Kentucky ran with the Wildcat with Lynn Bowden. Just don't run offense. Bo Lee for starter week 1. Give him the glory he deserves. Oh, man. I cannot believe this happened. What a development, though. QB1, Taquan Layton, down with an injury. He's going to miss a lot of time. This is one of the biggest quarterback injuries ever on the channel, and perhaps the biggest since Andy McKenzie went down, although when Cam Newton went down in that series, that was a pretty big deal because that was late in the season. End this first quarter, please. Making my own blitz. Although Trubisky had a wide open man if he wanted them. That's the thing, though. I traded a good backup, but Kyle Dillon, he had one strength, really, over Jason Murray, and that was his medium accuracy. They both had poor short accuracy. Dillon's was a little bit better. Ooh. Ooh. Not bad. QT. Oh, yeah, this is the offense that is, like, just comprised of free agents from across the league. They had Trubisky, Darius Geis. Now they bring in Noah Fant. They have QT. Who are the other receivers? Nice. We had to change big time the offense last season, and now we're going to have to do it again. Wait till Blackjack sees this. The injury report won't tell us. It's still to be determined. Well, Jason Murray, it's your audition right now to start. Peppers. This is an unbelievable development. Trade for Scooby Blaylock. I think Blackjack would love that. And you know what really makes this an even greater deal is, like, you saw Hopkins regress after last year. We bring back Darius Slay after his regression. Curtis Samuel's getting older now in a contract season. And now you're telling me that we're not going to have Layton for probably half the season? Oh, boy. Oh, what? How'd you get so far outside? I shouldn't have backed up that far, though. I just want to throw deep. I can't believe that, man. If you're just in here, Taquan Layton got hurt earlier in the game. And it's a broken collarbone. What do we do in the meantime? Murray, I don't think he's ready. Hashtag this was our year. This is the beauty of franchise mode, though, is like the story can go in any direction for your team. And that's why, you know, we want a better franchise mode. So there's more potential for more stories, more events, more surprises, more breakout players. This is why NCAA is still played to this day by so many people. Because we all love the journey.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
I think I have to consider a trade for Scooby Blaylock, but I'm not looking at doing that in this video, this episode. But I think I may have to consider it. Trade for Cam? I don't think Cam is all that... Oh, wait a minute. That's a good point, Tyler. I don't know if we could actually fit his salary, honestly. Wow. Smashing that circle button a few too many times, I think. Trade for Cam? Yeah, Cam's a backup right now with the Vikings in the series. I don't know what his ratings are like. I know he's like a 79 overall. But so is Layton. But I still got to see the strengths and weaknesses. What happens if Layton's replacement plays out of his mind? Do you extend Layton? That's the beauty of franchise, man. The branching paths and possibilities. That's why we love this mode. We just want to see it get better. All these questions that now arise, I'm so excited to figure out the answers. I think we're going to have a little bit to do after the game, though. It may be practice mode. It may be looking at some quarterback ratings to figure out what we're going to do. And then we have to think about, you know, we'll see how long Layton's actually going to be out. How many games is he set to miss? Ooh, that's a vicious face mask. Cam Newton may be our week 1 starting quarterback. I don't know. Scooby Blaylock could be. It could be Jason Murray. It could be the quarterback I just signed, who's like a 66 overall. It could even be Sung-Ho Kwok. I would say there's like a 1% chance. How would Sung-Ho Kwok become the starter, you might ask? It would have to be a trade for Blaylock or Cam is just out of the question and too much. And we test out some Wildcat and some package stuff that we think we could actually run an offense out of. That's the path where Sung-Ho Kwok could become the starter, which would be one of the most unbelievable developments ever. What's the chance Bo Lee is a starter? Less than Kwok. But what... A lot of you probably watched the Kalispell offseason, right? And you saw that I put the flex bone into the offense because of our offensive line issues and Matt Reddick at quarterback. Appreciate it, Jeff. Did you miss the part where Taquan Layton got hurt? We could have Kalispell running the flex bone and Denver running the Wildcat simultaneously. Who is Kwok? Sung-Ho Kwok is a running back. from the Kalispell Dynasty, who in the series was at quarterback at Boise State. He is 5'7", 177, but he's very fast and athletic, and he does have some good throwing skills. He was a quarterback in college. Blackjack made him an undrafted running back here in the game with some okay passing ratings. So what I've been trying to do this preseason is play with Sung-Ho Kwok a little bit just to get a feel for how good of an athlete he is. And I like playing with him so far. But I think right now what we got to do is we got to see what Nicholas Baldwin can do. So I just signed him because I thought he might be our best backup quarterback. But I've never played with him. And here we go. Just dumping this off to Josh Oliver. I signed him because I knew that he had good short accuracy and an NFL caliber arm at least. He also has a little bit of speed, not a ton. Hampton here on the outside. Now imagine that play run with Sung-Ho Kwok at quarterback. I have no way of putting him in at quarterback right now. Unless there was like a halfback at quarterback substitution.
Ready. Check line 54. Line 54.
Rashawn Wright. The flag down. Kane out here talking himself into Kwok at quarterback, and I'm here for it. Is Baldwin a UDFA? I don't know. He's been in the league for a couple years. How did Leighton get hurt in the first place? I was rolling out with him, and he got hit. Stayed on his feet, and I couldn't get rid of the football fast enough, so he got hit again. Baldwin, deep ball. Houston! Knocked away. Oh, Sidney Jean-Charles. Sid's a little too raw with the short accuracy as well. Uh-oh. This is one of the strangest quarterback controversies ever on the channel. Baldwin again for Houston. Let's go. Let's go, Tyrone Houston. One more time. Oh, of course. Right where the wet spot on the camera is. How long is Leighton out for? We don't know yet, but it's a broken collarbone, so assume 6 to 9 weeks. Baldwin, a strike to Malik Jackson. Let's get Sung-Ho Kwok some more snaps. I can't believe Leighton got hurt. Should I start in the preseason or the postseason? I like starting in the preseason just because you can have some interesting things happen there with some young players getting chances or injuries. You know, sometimes open the door for other players. Should have sat Leighton. I don't, because the CPU doesn't sit their quarterbacks or their starters. So I try to keep the injury risk equal. Not bad drive here for Nicholas Baldwin, honestly. And that's how you cap it off. Levi Summers touchdown. That was a pretty good possession. Hey, Bam, I appreciate the super chat. How to get any player on Madden for cheap? Go to view roster, change them to a horrible overall, trade them, switch them back as like creative prospects. Nah, I don't do that. I want the game to be challenging. Where's Andrew Johnson when we need him? Exactly, man. This is Andrew Johnson all over again. That team won a championship with Andrew Johnson. But in this case, it looked like, you know, Leighton can come back mid-season. I'm hoping we have a good bye week so that it coincides with one of the weeks Leighton would miss. Did I miss anything during the member stream, Kane? Samuel. I actually played the first preseason game in the member stream, so if you wanted to see that, it's there. But the highlights are going to be in the preseason episode. Otherwise, I didn't have any announcements for the member stream or anything. Where's William Lindsley? Oh, man. This would be William Lindsley's time to shine. We are really struggling here against their running game. Evan Newton didn't have the NFL caliber arm. He'd have like 81 arm strength, throw power, and like low accuracy. Sacked. Ooh, got out of the way. Cam Newton could be what Andy Beckwith was to him. Possibly. In my Panthers series, Cam Newton got hurt, and we had to play a backup who took us to the Super Bowl. In this case, Cam Newton is a backup for the Vikings, and we just lost our starter for at least half the season. So, we got to consider, you know, it's enough games to miss to consider a trade where we give up a lot to make the move. You know, this is like our Super Bowl window right now, especially considering the age of some of our key players. Windows for championships are small. And our window closed a little bit with the injury to Leighton. That hurt. What a throw. Can we get a Kalispell player update before the end today? What is their update for Kalispell? Cam Newton would allow you to run the same offense you do with Leighton. Certainly, like, being able to just run the regular offense would be what we want. Can you imagine, though, if this happened in real life, like the trade value? Because this is the equivalent, very similar to when the Vikings lost Teddy and had to trade for Sam Bradford, and it cost the first-round pick. In this case, though, we'd be losing Leighton for half the season. But if I want to get Cam or Scooby, it might take a lot. Week 1, though. Who is the starting quarterback? We do not know. Where's Marcus Green? I think I cut him last preseason. Uh-oh. Sung-Ho Kwok. You have a win now roster. Why not trade for a good quarterback and give up a high pick? I'm considering it, Chris. But I have to see ratings and stuff afterwards and the trade value. Well, Kyle Dillon, I already traded him today. And I don't trust his accuracies enough. Nice throw, Baldwin. I signed Nicholas Baldwin because I thought he'd have a decent backup quarterback skill set with a strong enough arm and good short accuracy. And so far, he's been really good. I like Baldwin so far. Sung-Ho Kwok. Not the best move, but he breaks the tackle. Hey, Kane, it won't let me watch this morning's stream on playback. I had no idea you were live again now. Yep, playing the next game. I'm not sure why you can't watch the first one, but I will make it public after this stream is over. I think Sung-Ho Kwok is going to make the team. Bashan Wright. What I wish is that he had more position flexibility in Madden. Like, I kind of like to keep him for some packages, you know, like Taysom Hill with the Saints. But then I have to list him at quarterback, which means I couldn't just sub him in at running back whenever I wanted to. So a little bit limited there. Nice catch, Oliver, but a flag again. Oh, Jackson, it's right through his hands. You know what? Split them out. We're trying to attack deep on this play. Maybe should have blocked my tight end. Ooh, I had square, but I would have had to hit him at the perfect time. Here's Baldwin's speed. Don't trade a future difference maker in a pick, seeing that Leighton will return at some point. I got to find the right balance there because I'm not going to get a good quarterback for nothing. And I can't just say, okay, 8 games, we'll figure it out. Like, that's really risky. At the same time, a trade doesn't have to be made right away. We can play a game or two and then feel out the season. That's always another option. Baldwin for Houston. Let's go! This is not good news for Deion Price. At all. The way Butler's played in Houston as well. Filthy. Ooh. Close one. Houston wearing 82 looks wrong. I don't mess with numbers a lot in the preseason because I have like a 70-man roster and so many numbers are used up. If I want to make a change there, I would do it after preseason, which is what a lot of real teams do. Yep, second stream of the day. Price is Chris Givens 2.0. To me, Price is kind of like Darius Hayward-Bay, who ended up carving out, you know, like a small role with like the Pittsburgh Steelers. When did he last play? 2018. I mean, Darius Hayward-Bay had 200 catches in his career, 3,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. I think Price could do that, bouncing around teams possibly if it didn't work out here and the injuries really cost him now because it's opened the door for other receivers and they have taken full advantage. At this point, you know, I would maybe be willing to play a game or two with who we have to figure it out. And then, you know, if we're in trouble, make a move for Scooby or Cam. But we're going to take a look at ratings and everything afterwards. One step at a time, everybody. Deion Price is Brandon Banks. That's another decent comp, although I think Price could have a little bit better career. And with prices overall in this game, if he didn't stick here, he's good enough to where he'd be in the league for a long time, like someone like Darius Hayward-Bay. What about Stafford? His ratings are too low. I looked at Stafford like years ago when I was trading for Josh Rosen. I checked out Teddy. His ratings are way too low for even being a backup just because I don't like, 82, 83 throw power. Too limited. Who's better, Cam or Scooby? Cam probably, but I have to see the difference in the strengths and weaknesses. So like I said, we'll look at ratings later.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Ready? 30 base. I'm coming for you. You know. Let's go.
Down you go. Chad Moore? Let's do some substitutions here, perhaps. Let's get Pittman and Cunningham out there. And let's have... I want to see Toa... I'll fix it. I want to see Toa rush the passer a little bit. Tyree Jackson has some decent ratings, but he's more of like a strong arm developmental quarterback. I've considered it in the past because he has such a strong arm. But, like, I need some short accuracy here with my starting quarterback. Daniel Jones is like a 67 overall backup. He has okay short accuracy. I considered signing him, but I just felt that Baldwin gave us better ratings. I was more intrigued by Baldwin. Baldwin, I think, had better throw power and short accuracy. Matt Ryan's not very good in the series. Breaking news, J.R. Battle signs with the Broncos after winning the Grey Cup in CFL MVP. That'd be incredible. J.R. Battle's here. Yeah, I think Sung-Ho Kwok has earned a roster spot for sure. Uh-oh. I just got to figure out where I'm going to list him. If he plays quarterback, I'm not sure he can return kicks. But if he plays running back, then I'd have to look at Wildcat only for him getting to, like, throw the football or whatever. Adam Kane redemption, no. I think Kane should be on a team in this league, but he doesn't have the starting ability right now. Yeah, I'm really happy with Sung-Ho Kwok. As much as I want to keep like giving him the football, I think I have to figure out the battle between Hampton and Schaffer. That's a little bit trickier. Ah, Baldwin! I wanted to check it down. Kwok's overall at running back is pretty low, but I can't remember what it is exactly. Baldwin again downfield. Houston! No! Just overthrew him. So close. There you go. Josh Oliver, everybody. And Baldwin's accuracy has been really impressive. In the rain, keep in mind. So it's a tough environment to throw in. You see more inaccurate passes in the rain in Madden. was very quick.
Let's go, let's go. Ready? 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, echo.
Murray's always been more of a long-term developmental guy. Uh-oh. Houston! Overthrown again. Yeah, his deep ball isn't great. That's a throw that we probably see Jason Murray make.
Ready?
At least make more often.
54 Mike. Don't get nervous. Fight. Here we go. 60 outlaw. Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot.
Let's go. Baldwin can throw a nice ball. Touchdown Malik Jackson, 40-yard touchdown. You have the Raiders week 1 at least. Very true. That was a beautiful throw. We talk about how perfect that was? That's unreal. No, I don't think Baldwin is a rookie at all. I believe he's played for the Buccaneers in the series. I play without X factors because a few of them get out of control and it would hurt game balance. Things like Enforcer causing fumbles and a lot of the edge rush abilities. Like, I started this series and obviously I had Von Miller, top of his game. And if I had abilities, like, I had 20 sacks with him in a season. What would have happened if I had abilities on? I don't even know all the other abilities that could cause issues, but those ones were kind of a deal breaker playing on all Madden. It's mostly the combination of abilities plus all Madden. Like, it's already hard to balance the mode. Consider how tough it would be to balance it around abilities as well. There's enough variables at play. And, you know, when we play our games, we know who the stars are, don't we? DeAndre Hopkins separates himself. Von Miller separates himself. Boogie Turner does it. No abilities required. Ah. You should take out Baldwin so he doesn't get hurt. Have we seen enough of Baldwin? He's been very good. Do we play Murray now?
Set, ready? 30 base. Stay with you.
Baldwin's like a 66.
Ready?
The way he's played, I think Baldwin has earned the week 1 start.
We got this.
Gambler on quarterbacks with your playstyle would be ridiculously OP.
Ready, break.
Yeah, how does that work when you're playing against the CPU? It's like that whole ability was thought disregarding like whoever plays the computer. Because Gambler is the X factor, the zone ability, that makes it so CPU-controlled players won't have an interception.
57 to Mike.
So it has to be a user. Well, when you play against the CPU, like I've never done it. Oh, picked off Trey Betts. I'm going down. I want to play offense. I don't care about pick sixes in the preseason. Trey Betts is a baller. One of my favorite backups in the entire series. I'm on a slightly older Mat 10 set, but his set hasn't changed much since this. I'm on like 2 patches ago, if that makes sense. So between Schaffer and Hampton, I mean, Hampton gets the edge here with a lot of ratings. And the catching. Like, I can't see me cutting Hampton. But I think Kwok makes it over Schaffer. Haven't seen much of Bo Lee. I think he's in danger of not making the roster. I want to see if we can feature Hampton a little bit and if he can solidify a roster spot. All right, Jason Murray's going to get some more playing time now. We got to see Baldwin, and we're very impressed with him. 3 touchdowns, some very nice throws, and some great catches as well by the receivers. They really helped him out. I love the way he can throw that curl. It's hard to throw curls in this game at times because you can't throw it too early or they don't respect where the route's going to go, and you can't throw it too late because the DB's going to jump it. So with Murray, he has that quicker release and the better ball velocity. You can easily throw curls with him. All right. This is what Murray does. Deep ball, Jackson! Incomplete. I don't take the pick 6 because I want the plays on offense. I don't want to go back to playing more defense. Especially in this game. I'm trying to figure out a lot of things on offense right now. I want as many snaps as I can get. We may do some practice after the game, especially if we're counting on Baldwin. Like, I might need to just throw more passes with him, get more of a sample size. Practice mode can be useful, and I haven't done it enough. But if there's ever a chance to, like, you know, do some more testing and to be more sure of it, that's what we got to do. What a day. Oh yeah, I wanted to get Toa on the line in the nickel. So let's do that. I think Leighton's going to miss probably 8 or 9 weeks. And we'll see if the bye week is included. I hope we have an early bye. Also, what if there's a chance to bring back Leighton early from injury? That happens oftentimes. So what do we do if that pops up? And it's like we could play him 2 games early potentially. That was beautiful defense. Do we have to consider playing him before he's 100% and risk this becoming like an RG3 situation or something? Obviously, it does depend on how we're playing without him and where our record is and a lot of factors that we can't know today. But there's just so many routes this can go. All right, one more quarter. I did not draft Kyle Dillon. No, I traded for him. How's JT Granger been playing so far? I mean, he hasn't really been super noticeable. Like, he hasn't really been thrown at a lot. So, I mean, that's always tough to talk about DBs in the preseason because if they're not tested, it's like, well, I don't know. But also, that could indicate some pretty good coverage. Man, Murray doesn't get any luck when he's in here. Like, I was out here with Baldwin just throwing dots all over the place. And then Murray has, like, you know, passes dropped. And then, like, people aren't getting open. Here we go. Oh, and then a flag. He could have had an easy 73-yard touchdown. Some nice experience. And that won't count. I messed that up. Should have been a touchdown. Trying to guess where the hole was going to be. Should have been patient. I'm just going to go for it, because if they get the ball, they get a short field. I want more offensive plays. Why is DeAndre Hopkins on the field? And why can't I motion Hampton at all? Yeah, he needs more time. A better throw there, and Houston would have had it. This is a custom playbook that I made. Nicely done. Down here in the red zone, I have been calling a little more press man. Just because, like, you can't get beat by 20 yards when there isn't even 20 yards of room. So it's a little bit easier for the safeties to make up ground if your cornerback whiffs off the line. And sometimes, you know, when you get the right press animations and the right outcomes, you can actually have some tight man-to-man coverage. Although, with multiple tight ends on the field, I don't like it as much. Man coverage against tight ends is trash. Third and inches. Jump ball. Almost picked. Yeah, I think that, like, if I continue to develop Murray, like, he could be, like, a future starter after his rookie contract. That's how I would view him. But he's, like, a long-term project. Or you'd play him on a worse team where you're, like, you know, not trying to go to the Super Bowl right now. This would not be a good team for Jason Murray because we have Super Bowl hopes. All right, Murray. We're going to finish strong somehow. Somehow didn't go out of bounds there. Hampton is pretty fast. He is. What? They overturned that? He did not step out. Where's Murray? Did Madden get this one right? It's so blurry. Is that out of bounds? I think that's actually an okay call. But I hate it. That's the worst. He might have been out of bounds if you had, like, the Hubble Space Telescope to zoom in to find the blade of grass he stepped on. That's pretty funny. Finally! What I like about Murray is when he makes a play, it counts. It really, it can be the big play you're waiting on. Murray for Tyrone Houston! Touch! Preseason, man, it's hard. It's frustrating sometimes. I might change Hampton's number. Should I have done possession catch there? I mean, he's wide open. I didn't think I had to do anything. All right. I'm going to keep going for it, though. That's a possession catch. So that's what you've been wanting me to do this whole time. But Sean Wright. Does it still respect the catching ratings pretty well? Just still drop him from time to time. The Le'Veon Bell hesitation, though. How's Texas treating you? Thank you, Nikki, for the super chat. I love Texas. I've really enjoyed living here. CPU uses it as well. I think you should. I don't think the CPU does enough. Like, I'm not even sure they use possession, really. What's going on, Mike? Hey, I'm surprised you're still streaming. It's actually a different stream. I stopped for an hour and a half to go do some other stuff, and then I came back for the people. I like our running backs, too. A lot. There you go, Murray. You got to set your feet with him. Take your time. Levi Summers. I haven't thrown a screen in a while. Maybe I should never do it again. What happened? Because those worked in like the first week of Madden being out. Everyone is just tired. Jeez. Into the sheds are wonderful. They have a place, but they're pretty frequent. Yeah, Murray's accuracy is just not ready for prime time. All right. Go back to defense. Put in Holiday. Yeah, I signed an undrafted quarterback. Wes Holiday. I'm probably going to keep playing with Murray just because more reps is more XP for him. And obviously he needs the development. Put in Schaffer. Yeah, I could finish the game with Schaffer. Although I don't think he's going to make the team. How is Henry a backup? Darius Geis is a little bit higher rated than him. So he gets to run all over these backups. Yep, Aiden Spithill. I forget what school because there were 2 Spithill brothers. Aiden Spithill. I want to say Stanford. I'm sure Blackjack would remember, but I can't at the moment. Because I think the linebacker went to Alabama. Chase Spithill. Close one. Can I get one more drive? If I call like super aggressive blitzes? Yes, they called the play. Thank you. We could possibly try out Sung Ho Kwok at quarterback. I'm still thinking like the Wildcat would be best. I don't know if that exists in a playbook that I could easily use, or if I'd have to add it. Woo! Wow. Where did Shea Somerville go? I don't remember his timetable for exiting the series, honestly. Because, yeah, he was a key recruit. I don't know. Maybe Blackjack remembers. But, yeah, I haven't thought about Shea in a long time. Saints playbook? Yeah, they'd probably have something there in a Taysom Hill role. Well, I can't be underrating Deion Price right now. He's hurt. So he hasn't had a chance to play.
Let's go, baby.
No, Shea Somerville was quarterback at Baylor in the series. All right. Oh, square's open on that like every time if you get protection. Let's just go. I don't want Hopkins out there, so I want to go 3 wide and a tight end. Up top for Levi Summers. Nope. He wants a flag. He will not receive it.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54. Watch QB's up. Watch QB's up. Slam.
Kane, you should fight KSI. I don't think that would go very well for me. Uh-oh. I pump fakes. Now we're throwing downfield. Way downfield! And it's incomplete. I wonder if I should have lobbed that one. Just go for the distance. I probably had a better shot if I did.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 26. Check 26.
All right. Deep ball. Tyrone Houston. Nope. Deep balls with Murray is fun. But I think that our fun is about done here in the preseason. What happened to Payment? His ratings just weren't that good. He had a couple years on the practice squad, and I cut him because he didn't have a spot going forward. And he was out of practice squad eligibility, I'm pretty sure. The Falcons have a formation where the wide receiver goes to quarterback. I have to see that.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Ready?
He's still on his feet and throws it away. Oh, man. What was that?
We got 4. We got 4.
Good stop. Huh. I'll have to see some of these formations. The Patriots have something. The Falcons do and the Saints. Why are they going for it? I guess they want to win the game. Nice defense. That was Granger. You wanted to see JT Granger? He just broke up a potential game-tying touchdown. I need to get Murray's short accuracy better. What is Granger's role in the defense? Right now it's just backup. He would have more of a role in the following season than now. No, the rain doesn't help at all. I really wish it wasn't raining. He's going to have like a 39% completion percentage in the preseason because I just keep airing it out. But like, if I throw the short stuff, you see what happens. He misses it by like 48 yards. I could make Murray a focused player. I think I had him there for a long time last year. I don't normally spend it on backup quarterback unless it's a future starter for our team. Ooh, that's kind of a cool animation. We can still get the football back. Yeah, Taquan Layton broke his collarbone here in the final preseason game, in case you missed it. Ooh, that's going to be tough. Woo! Come on, give me one I can intercept. That could have been sweet. All right, that's preseason, everybody. Why trips offset week or trio offset week is the Taysom Hill formation? Okay. Trio offset week. I want to say at one point I tried to add it, but I didn't have the option to do the same modifiers. Because I use Y trips offset week. There's trio offset week. I might have that one too. Yeah, the adjustments with the stick. I swear I've gone into practice and I've looked. All right, everybody. What a development here in the preseason. I want a shot of that touchdown we had with Houston for the thumbnail. That was a 44-yarder. That was a nice play. But I want the touchdown. I thought it was second quarter. Was it not? I thought it was very end of the second quarter. Where is it? Malik Jackson's touchdown was first. Where is it, guys? I keep passing it? How can I not find it? Does it not have a replay? Because it's not that one. Top of the second? Oh, it's supposed to be right here, but there's no replay available. Okay, I'll grab a different one. I was looking for the replay button. Cool. It also might be flex Y off week. All right, got a few more upgrades here for the regular season. Cool, cool. Another new injury. All right. 8. That's going to turn to 7 when we sim to week 1. Okay? 7 weeks. When is the bye? Of course. The bye week would be the 1 week right after. So that's 7 weeks without take 1. Not 6. 5 road games, by the way. We got to take on the defending champs, the Chargers twice, and the Ravens without Taquan. Imagine I get the chance to bring him back early against the Chargers. All right, everybody. We have to start setting up this roster then. We'll release Sean Schaffer. Maybe I could trade him, but I don't like to always just trade guys that are just get like a cheap pick. Sometimes I will, but if I had just signed them, then not usually. All right, Malik Jackson to the practice squad. Sully may go on IR because Houston can easily take that role. I just have to see how the roster looks here. I'm actually going to cut John Anderson. I don't think he has a role on the team, and I probably made a mistake in signing him in the first place. So I'll just cut him. We should have 10 offensive linemen right now. I don't need 10. Please say you have practice squad eligibility. He does not. Probably going to have to cut him then. I'd start Baldwin after 3 games if you're 0-3 or 1-2. Trade for Cam or Scooby. I'm kind of leaning in that direction. I'm not sure if I'd wait 3 games. Like, I might even make a move after the first one if it doesn't go well. All right, Cunningham back to the practice squad. Larry Sharp back to the practice squad. Should move Anderson back to fullback first. Yeah, I mean, I like to make sure they can still have a chance to make it to a roster if possible. I'll sign him and move him back and then cut him again. Yep, Mark, basically answer your super chat right away. Maybe we'll see him again. Where'd he go? 62, right? Yeah, 63. Maybe he'll catch on elsewhere. Appreciate the super chat, though. All right, let's go defense. We got 5 ends and a couple versatile players, Webster and Toa. So I'm happy there at edge. At linebacker, Jack, Baxter, Betts, Webster, Toa. 5 might be enough. Let's put Doucette on the practice squad. Huber had the preseason INT. 7 safeties is too many, but I like my safeties. All right, 1 kicker, 1 punter. So how many roster spots does that leave us? Still got to make 2 cuts. And the practice squad has how many players? 8. All right, we got to make 2 more cuts. Oh. 1 more cut. And one thing I could do is just put Colt Sully on IR, and that would take care of that spot. I think that's what I want to do. When will the week 1 episode drop? I'm not sure yet, official. I got to get this episode edited then for the channel. And then I'll be on to week 1 shortly thereafter. All right, so Bo Lee made it. Sung Ho Kwok made it. Why does it say 54 out of 53? That's got to update. I could put Leighton also on the IR, but that would eliminate any chance to possibly bring him back early. And not that I necessarily want to, but that option could be there. And if I did that, I would not be able to return Sully if I wanted to, because obviously I'd be returning Leighton. IR doesn't work till week 1. Oh, yeah. So if I sim here, it's going to cut somebody, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Dang. I just messed up Colt Sully's whole season then. I couldn't return him anyway. Yeah. If you do preseason IR, those players aren't eligible to return. It's only IR during regular season. Yeah. I may have to cut Bo Lee and then bring him back. Just so I can sim forward. Nobody would sign him, right? That is how it is in real life. Yep. You can't return players who are in preseason. Now it updated 52 out of 53. I'm just signing him back. Load up old save. No, Gio, it's fine. Like, it really doesn't change much. There. Oh, I should probably... How many times did I forget to do stats here in preseason? All right, through 8 interceptions. Murray had 39% completion like I predicted. Poor take one, Leighton. Tyrone Houston had a really good preseason. So did Hakeem Butler. There's also Vashawn Wright. Ultimately, at this point, I think we have to put Deion Price on the trade block just to see what teams are interested in, because we had such a good time at receiver. Not that I'd trade him right away, but I want to know what the possibilities are. It was a pretty good preseason outside of, our starting quarterback losing half the year. Other than that, it was pretty fun. I would say, though, if we were to do a trade for a quarterback, like Deion Price is the first player that comes to mind that I would want to deal. But we got to go to week 1 now and see all our options. I just want to see something quick. Here are the best free agents. '71 overall in the practice squad. He's got good deep route running, but he doesn't have the deep speed, really. You need catching traffic to go with it, like Hakeem Butler. Still a free agent. Not that I'm looking to sign him. I just wanted to see if anybody was interested. Gabbard signed with the Browns. I think Anderson got signed. I wonder who signed John Anderson. The Rams. Okay. All right, we got to see these other quarterbacks then. If we wanted Scooby Blaylock. Scooby has 89 throw power, 83 short, 83 deep, 75 medium, 89 under pressure. Those are some pretty respectable ratings. Dallas Goedert is the tight end you were looking for before? You think so? Like scheme-wise? I know I didn't say I was targeting him. Oh yeah, I'll put on some music. Thank you. And thank you, Gary, for the super chat. Honestly, Blaylock's ratings remind me a lot of Leighton's. Decent arm. He's got better deep accuracy than Leighton does. I think they have similar speeds. Very similar skill-wise to Taquan Leighton. Just got off work. What'd I miss? Gio? Taquan Leighton broke his collarbone in the preseason. That's what you missed. So I just wonder, would they have interest potentially in Deion Price? Who else could I possibly trade? Maybe Anthony Hampton. And maybe somebody I probably wouldn't trade Eric McKinney, but just they don't like Price. They kind of like Hampton. Scooby's entering year 3, it looks like. Yep. So they don't really like Deion Price very much. Leighton's going to miss the first 7 games of the year. An edge rusher. It's Jason Murray's time to let it fly. We tried that, Gio, and I don't know about that. So they like all our linebackers. Trade Baxter, sign Blake Cashman. I like Baxter. He's been so good for us. He's gotten a lot better. Yeah, we gotta look at Cam, though. We have to look at Cam Newton's ratings, too. Just to see if we're talking about 2 quarterbacks or 1. Alright. Cam Newton, 91 throw power, 87 short accuracy, 82 medium, 82 deep with 83 speed. So a lot of similarities skill-wise to Scooby. Scooby Blaylock has much better throw under pressure. They actually are looking for a wide receiver. So if I throw in... I'm just trying to see who they're interested in on our team. They only have a little bit of interest in Price, unfortunately. We could absorb the cap space. Why trade Price? We have other receivers who are doing really well and he's entering a contract season. So I don't know if he would ever be in our future plans. This is the season that he last had, 40-7. Come on, Minnesota. It would just be, we're looking for a quarterback for 7 games. That's what we're looking at right now. Scooby Blaylock being a lower rated player would be easier to acquire. That doesn't mean it would be easy. I think it would take something like a 2nd round pick. That's why mixing in a player would be a lot easier. Like, I think Jamar Webster we could potentially trade. Like Webster in a 4, Webster in a 5. Oh boy. The other option on the team to start in the meantime would be Nicholas Baldwin, who had a ridiculously nice preseason performance. Let me find him. Toa and a pick for Scooby. Perhaps Geo. Oh, Baldwin's a 63, not even 66. Sliders for a coach series like this, Omar, for me, if you're just going to be a coach, I just go default all pro, and I think I get really good gameplay. I get a lot of fun games. I've enjoyed it with my Bucks and my Cardinals series and the Browns series. Like, I haven't had to go away from that ever. Toa's about to upgrade too. They have the same speed. Obviously, Webster's better player right now. But they're very similar players. Potentially, you know, Webster and a pick for Scooby Blaylock would mean that Toa just becomes a starter. Alright, I'm tired of this song. No, I'm not feeling it. I was hoping like they'd be next to each other here so I could directly compare the ratings. They won't be on the same screen at the same time. So Blaylock has 1 better speed. Throw power, Cam gets the edge by 2. Short accuracy, Cam gets the edge by 4. Medium accuracy, Cam gets the edge by 7. Deep accuracy, Blaylock gets the edge by 1. And throw under pressure, Blaylock gets the edge by 7. So we'd have to look at, do we make a trade for a quarterback, and do we give up more to get Cam Newton? For 7 games. And then to be the backup the rest of the year. Keep in mind, one thing that's possible. Just join what happened to our guy, Kiefer. Taquan Layton suffered a broken collarbone in the preseason, so he's going to miss the first 7 games. And we got to figure out what we're doing in those first 7. We could also play Cam for 7 games and then trade him week 8. That's another thing to remember. Although I think I'd want him as a backup if we were doing well. I'm going to offer Webster first and see if they like him a lot. So that's what it would take. Jamar Webster probably in a 4th round pick. I did have a pretty good game with that backup, yeah. But do we think that with these ratings we would have 7 successful games to start the year? I mean, we're talking 16 overall points greater. Try Scooby trade. Also, to be fair, that's the thing, G Money. If I can get Cam for Webster in a 4, I feel really good about that value. Like, I thought it might take more. Wait 1 week. Let's hit the practice field. I want to work on Murray's development here a little bit. I did try Murray in the preseason, and his accuracy is just not good enough. We couldn't trust it. Which archetype for DJ? 59 catching. Power. Alright, chat said power. I have the answer. Bo Lee at quarterback. Oh, trust me, that was brought up. If you still have questions on Leighton, you have Scooby as an extra decision, who also might be cheaper than Leighton. I should have said, I don't really have any questions on Leighton. Like, I trust him going forward. Big contract. Keep in mind, if we traded for Scooby, we'd have a 2-year contract, whereas Cam's would be the 1. Alright, Marion. Let's say we go a little more elusive. Does this remind you of 2016? A little bit, with Teddy getting hurt. Sam Bradford for a first-round pick. All right, Toa's up to 70. Got some coverage in there. Anybody else got big injuries? I know we checked this actually a little bit earlier. Eckler's out for the season. Eagles got it pretty bad right now. Ooh, fractured kneecap. That sounds awful. Another one. There were some big injuries in that last week of the preseason. Let's go back to practice mode. Let me fix that. Leighton's going to miss the first 7 games of the year. So we got a tough decision to make on what to do in the meantime. But it looks like we could acquire Cam Newton for a mid-round pick and Jamar Webster. That would give us, 7 games with a pretty solid quarterback. That or we play Nicholas Baldwin and see what happens, basically. I got an idea. I ain't gonna tell you, but I got an idea. Wait, it's Murray. Alright, I'm gonna tell you my idea actually. In an effort to keep it somewhat realistic, I will say that if I make the move for Cam or Scooby, they will not start the very first game. They will not start till the second game. Just like when Sam Bradford went to Minnesota, he didn't play the first game against the Titans. he didn't play until the Packer game, so he could learn the playbook a little bit.
Ready, ready. 90 Wolf. Snap.
I think that's the most fair way to go with it. By the time Leighton comes back and playoffs look unlikely, would you just sit Leighton for the season? In that case, I mean, I think Leighton still has some developing that could be useful. But I guess I have to wait and see the actual situation. Yeah, so when Bradford went to the Vikings, Sean Hill, right, started against the Titans. And they won. Eric Kendricks had a pick 6.
Here we go. Ready, ready.
Defense won them that game. Yep, they sure did. The first month of that season was so much fun. I had a blast. And then things fell apart. What happens if Baldwin plays well? Bench Leighton? I mean, I can't see that happening. Like, if you look at Baldwin's ratings, like, he's not going to be great throwing on the move. He doesn't have the speed of Leighton. His accuracies aren't as good. I would still probably look at playing Leighton when he came back. It would have to be like Case Keenum. Like, he literally was playing really well with the Vikings. They waited to see him make a mistake and have a bad game to put Teddy back in. And it never happened. It would have to be that good. Josh Freeman started his first week in Minnesota. That's true. That's true. It did not work out. I am impressed, though. I continue to be impressed by Baldwin's accuracy. Hey, Price. Didn't get to see in the preseason, but that's pretty cool. Webster 4th and a 6th next year for Cam. Could be the move, Kobe. Look at McKinney. I'm not trading for Daniel Jones. First off, because he's a free agent. Second, he's not really any better than Baldwin. I don't have Starkey anymore. I wonder if Starkey made it to a team. I sure hope so, but he might be in that overall range at receiver where kind of gets stuck. Yep, Leighton suffered a broken collarbone in the preseason, so he's going to miss the first 7, and we're figuring out what to do. All right, there's a miss. And I think that if I did that trade for Cam, like obviously I said I wouldn't use him in the first game as a way to kind of keep it a little bit realistic. I'd play Baldwin in the first game. I'd have Jason Murray. And I would probably move Sung-Ho Kwok to quarterback so that, like, you know, 3 quarterbacks would play. Because obviously Cam would be on the roster. I could physically play him. But the storyline would be, you know, he needs time. At least a little bit more to get used to the playbook. Cam is actually a backup on the Vikings, so it's not a super unreasonable trade. He's a 79 overall now in the series. He's in the latter stages of his career. Trade for Dante? Oh, man. Dante on this team would be so much fun. Where's Jennings? Oh, he's not in for this formation is all. This is where Peppers plays. Any videos planned for tonight or just the stream? Probably just going to be the stream because I've done 2 of these today, Gio. But tomorrow I'd be looking at getting the preseason up.
Ready? 18 gas, hit it. Okay, break. Leaf river. Leaf river.
You want to see Sung Ho Kwok at quarterback? I mean, we talked about it so much. I think I at least owe you guys that. Let me move him to quarterback and we'll get back into practice. Trade for Sid. Sid doesn't have the ratings. He's still developmental, Gio. Short accuracy has to be good. Yeah, some of those intermediate ones gave Baldwin a problem. I wonder what his overall is at quarterback. .54, but really good speed. The one rating of Scooby's, though, that makes me like him a lot is that 89 throw under pressure. And you know that I always have throw under pressure. It's all Madden. There's going to be pressure. But still got to give Cam the edge, especially if I can get him for a mid-round pick and Jamar Webster. Alright, where's my shovel option play that I like to run so much? I want to see Sung Ho Kwok run that. Alright, I'll just do random play in here and eventually it'll show up, right? In theory. All right, everybody. Sung Ho Kwok at 5'7". Perfect start.
Okay, ready. Ready.
Where's my shovel option?
Ready, ready.
Nope. I did random play because I didn't want to pick it and then just have to go back to it. It'll show up eventually now. He's incredible. Oh my goodness.
Set. Ready.
All right.
Ready, go.
Nah, they defended it really well.
Set, hut. Set, go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Oh, of course, as a quarterback, he would still be fumbling all the time.
Here we go. Ready.
RPO.
On the double. Hut, hut.
So there's a miss. Some of these short throws really expose the accuracies.
Set, go. Ready. Let go. Come on, set, ready, go.
Can't fool Boogie. He's too good. Let's try that again.
On the set, go. Let's go now, let's hot.
There's no ineligible man in practice.
Ready. 10 Lobos. Preseason.
Savage lost at another perfect throw.
Ready, go.
All right, let's mix up the formation now. I gotta say, he's not playing bad.
Let's go. 15 Lonnie, 50 Lonnie.
So do I have any of those formations for the Taysom Hill stuff? Not there. Must not.
Here we go. 60 orange. Set, go. Set, ready, hut.
That one's a little far.
Set, hut. Ready.
Yeah, I had the wrong,
50, play. Hut.
I don't have all the formations in my playbook. They have similar names. I'd have to look at the playbooks and start messing around to see if I can find something, and I do. Oh no.
Here we go. Hut, go.
If you want to scramble with them, certainly an option, but you still got to be very careful with the fumbles.
Down. Ready, go.
But yeah, he could definitely be a package quarterback for us. I just wish I didn't have to list him at receiver. That's why I want to see if I can make the Taysom Hill stuff work here. That way I can... would I have to list him at tight end then? Or how would that work? Or is Taysom Hill in the game as a quarterback, and then it just moves him around? And I wouldn't be able to return kicks with him is all.
Ready, set, hut. Let's go now, let's ready, go. Ready, set, go. Okay, Frank, hut.
Samuel can throw? Really?
Ready, ready. Ready.
But how well?
Let's go, hut.
He's playing a lot better than I thought he would.
Here we go. Set.
I think a Taysom Hill type of role, though, would be great for Sung Ho Kwok. I'll just have to see if I can make it work. Because I thought, you know, when they released that playbook update, like I wanted to check it out, but I couldn't get it to work where I was running it. But I'll give it another look. Yeah, and there's apparently one with Sanu in the shotgun for the Patriots playbook. Ah. Oh, wait, that was on target. Never mind. Jeez. Savage closed quickly, even though I hit L2. Look at Marion Peppers. Yeah, like escape artist, that's the problem with abilities. Like, they turned some things that are, like, you know, basic behaviors and abilities, and they turned them into things that only a handful of players can have, to the point where, like, escape artist is pretty much essential if you're going to have a scrambling quarterback. Escape artist makes a huge difference. Pull it down again. And still having trouble outrunning a linebacker when he has over 90 speed. Do I like ramen? Yeah, pretty good. Run between the tackles and not backwards or around. It is the quickest path, after all. Too bad you still got the increased fumble risk. There's no perfect way to do it. Ah, come on, Dion. Yeah, Price just doesn't make those tough plays that we want from him. He's getting a lot of shots here in this practice. Ooh, boy. How do you pull down? L2 when you're in the pocket. I'll call a pass play here. I hit L2, icons go away, and now I can sprint. But I'm still not at his full speed. There's no way I'm getting up to like 92 speed in the backfield. I don't think you can do that until you pass the line of scrimmage. But, you know, you still got to get there. Reports on the NFL preseason being cut in half? Yeah, not surprised about that. It's not a very good year to be an undrafted free agent or a guy on the roster bubble trying to make the team. Like, those guys are getting even less opportunities this year than normal. The rugby kicker actually does not have very good throwing ratings. We checked. I played Leighton. I play my starters in the preseason as long as the CPU does. Just so there is equal injury risk. It's just for balance purposes. Like, I think the game should have it where the starters don't play the 4th game, but they do. So I play mine as well, just so it's even. You know, I've played in 4th preseason games before where the CPU has injuries. So I do it to balance it out. Usually you get away through it just fine just because it's 1 quarter. But we had a really bad play where Leighton got hit and then he stayed on his feet, got hit again. I'm not sure if those, you know, plays where you're hit twice like that offer a greater injury risk, but I'd have to think so. Because I'm guessing that first hit definitely has to affect some fatigue. I'm not sure when fatigue is applied, but he took 2 big hits on 1 play. Nice. I'll have to do some searching around for the right way to utilize Sung-Ho Kwok, but I think I want him in a Taysom Hill kind of role. I just have to see, you know, if I can grab those formations in the Saints playbook or the Patriots playbook, and if I can set them up right in the series. So that's going to take a little bit of time. And perhaps we make the trade now for Cam Newton. Oops, not on the Panthers. And you know what? Just to make it a little more realistic, maybe I could do it for a 4th round pick. I'm going to offer the 3. Just because, you know, we're trading for a quarterback to start for 7 games. They'd be getting a starting caliber player and a top 100 pick. The trade is made. Cam Newton to the Broncos. He will not start week 1, like I said earlier. Also, to keep it a little bit more realistic, we are going to say Cam needs a week to learn the playbook, so in week 1, he will not play. Who is their left outside backer? Let's see. Hopefully he becomes a starter. Like, when I make a trade, I want it to benefit those teams. So, same ratings as Cody Barton. Yeah, that was a terrible trade. Unless they start Webster over Barton. Otherwise, that's not even a good trade to make. I'm not even sure that was one of their top needs, but that's Madden. I gave him a 3rd round pick, though, in addition. So, welcome to the Broncos, Cam Newton. I cannot believe it. Does Cam want to wear number 1 or number 2 like he did in college? You only have 1 quarterback now? Do you know what I just did? Connect the dots. Somebody connect the dots. I know someone in the chat's smart enough. There's like 1,000 of you in here. What did I just make happen? Come on. Some of you get it. The Vikings are going to sign Adam Kane probably because he is the highest rated quarterback now on the free agent market. That's most likely what's going to happen. Unless they want a different archetype. But if they just go by overall, they're going to take Adam Kane. Auburn colors, so number 2. Ooh, that's interesting. Now I have to look at, though, do I have enough linebackers on the team? 1, 2, 3, 4 linebackers isn't really a lot. 5 safeties. I have 9 offensive linemen, which is quite a few. I think what we'll do is we'll just have one of the safeties play corner, and we'll cut the line back. Cut the corner. Put him on the practice squad. Yeah, we'll just cut Wes Holiday. So we'll go into the year with 4 healthy corners, and then we'll just end up playing a safety at that 5 spot. And let me see if Cashman fits, at least as a backup. That's some speed there. Yeah, if he plays special teams, that 90 speed and 88 tackle are really good. So we'll sign Blake Cashman. That's fast. So week 1, I think you're looking at this as your depth chart at quarterback. Pretty unbelievable. Hopkins, Samuel, Butler, Wright. I think that's where we're at right now. How does Price compare to Houston? Obviously, he's 12 overall better. I mean, so much. Pretty much every rating is better. Price is going to get a couple chances, but he's running out of time. Yeah, right over Price. Like, Price at this point's a role player. Like, if I'm just calling a 4-receiver set, I want Wright out there because he's a little more reliable. Well, I guess the ratings wouldn't necessarily say that, but Wright had a good preseason, so that's how I like to roll with it. Obviously, Schultz will start at tight end, but Oliver's going to have his formations where he gets the shot. If you missed anything, Taquan Layton suffered a broken collarbone in preseason week number 4. And we have made the decision now to trade for Cam Newton. And he will start the first... He'll start after week 1. He will not play week 1. We're going to have a little storyline that he needs time to learn the playbook, so he won't start our very first game. But week 2, the plan is to start Cam Newton until we can bring Taquan Layton back from injury. And now I'm just setting up the depth chart. If you get a lead or are struggling to make things happen, could you bring him in during the second half or fourth quarter? No. I would say he's inactive, Bam. I would have 3 quarterbacks I'd play before him. I would rule him inactive. All right, we're set up for week 1. What a development. What a day. All right. Week 1, it looks like this is your starting lineup. I'm excited to see this team in action. The preseason video is going to be an interesting one to put together. But I do need to find some Taysom Hill stuff to put in the playbook for Sung Ho Kwok. And once again, here's our schedule. Start Palmer. Palmer's going to get a lot of playing time, don't worry. We open against the Raiders. This should be a lot of fun. Well, everybody, whoever said the preseason wasn't interesting. Why isn't Murray starting? His accuracy isn't reliable enough. He'd be a lot better at the downfield passes, but he would not be very good on the intermediate and short stuff that you need to be able to count on. Bump Webster's overall by 1 so he can start. I may do that, actually. Using a custom RPO playbook I made, watched all 16 games, my 4th-round rookie scrambling quarterback ran for 1,100 yards with 11 rushing touchdowns with only 10 passing. That's incredible, Rec. That's an awesome idea. How many fumbles, though, with your scrambling quarterback? I feel great about this year's defense. Like, we didn't really lose anything. We just had some regression with a couple players. So I think we're going to do just fine. Let me see what the Vikings are going to do here. I don't think it's updated yet because we just made the trade. What I'll actually do is I'll make Barton a 73. So Webster should get the starting role. Need to see run stopper just come down to 73. I dropped his awareness by too much. I don't normally like having to do stuff like this, but I think it's just better overall for the series if I do. Let Webster have that chance to start there. That's not too serious. 13 fumbles. Yeah, you'll get a lot of those at quarterback, sadly. There. Now they traded for a starter. Practice with Cam. Hey, he's got to learn the playbook somehow, right? All right, I can give you a little bit of practice with Cam, and then I'm going to go make some dinner. Fun hanging out with you guys today. 2 different streams. Good times. And now I'm a hungry man. Hungry boy. I don't know why I correct myself. Isn't it like 3 for you? It's 4. I like to eat dinner between 4 and 5. something psychological for me about like having dinner completely done before like 5:30, 6 o'clock. It feels like the whole night's wide open. Whereas if I wait till like 5:30 to eat, you know, I get dishes put away and everything, it's like 6:37, like the night's shot at that point for me. I like to eat a little earlier. Plus, I don't really eat a lot before dinner. Sometimes I eat breakfast like I did today, but very rarely do I have breakfast. I might have a small lunch. So by the time 4 rolls around, without fail, you know, I'm ready to eat. I'm ready to go. I don't eat dinner till 7 usually. Yeah, everybody's got their own thing. Some people out of preference, some people out of necessity with like work schedule or something. Like for those of you, I'm sure someone in here works like nights. Like I can't imagine what I'd have to do to like my sleep, my eating habits. Can't even imagine. Will I stream tomorrow? Probably not. I'm gonna have to do a lot of editing for this, and then want to get a let's play done too if I can. It's probably gonna be Super Mega Baseball just because it'll be faster to put together than something for the Bucks. Which, by the way, you know, I was reading feedback for the Bucks, and it seemed like a lot of people wanted me to just continue with it and do like year-long sims and whatnot. I think in franchise mode we have like 10 years before franchise is over for that mode. What do you guys think? Did you want me to just continue the Bucks? Not be in any rush to end it, especially with the state that Madden 21's in. Just more. And I gotta record some NFL head coach too, which I plan to record a little bit on my own, and then we'll think about streaming later on. Oh my God, Akeem Butler's so good. But we got Cam Newton now, and we're getting in some practice with him. So far, accuracy feels sharp. And Hakeem Butler, man, I'm telling you, you want to know why he does that? I'll show you why. His catch in traffic, man, and his spec catch. The blend of the two is better than Curtis Samuel. Oh, I thought he caught that. I don't know when I'll stream next. I gotta work on getting this new season underway, the new season for Kalispell underway. I gotta get caught up on head coach. Man, Cam feels sharp. Feels really good. How about scrambling now? A little slower than Leighton, I feel. The acceleration might just be because Cam is like 260 pounds, and it might just be like the locomotion at his weight. Where's the cheapest place to buy NCAA 14? It's hard to find the cheap place these days. You know, it's the last one that's been out, and they don't make any more copies, so as time passes on, you know, there's less of them out there. You know, for everyone that breaks, that's another one that's not in the wild. Hard to find for under 60, 65 bucks. This is not the last season with the Denver Broncos, no. I missed that one. We traded for Cam Newton. Taquan Layton suffered an injury in the preseason. He broke his collarbone and he will miss the first 7 games of the year. And we had to make sure that while this window is open with this team, that we take advantage of it. We had a player do really well in the preseason game 4, but his ratings are no match compared to Cam's. And what's going to happen is, as a storyline, we're saying that Cam needs time to learn the playbook, especially because he was signed right after preseason week 4. So he will not play the first game of the year, but I'll be able to play with him starting in the second game. That means we have to figure it out week 1 against the Raiders without Cam. If Cam plays exceptional, would I start him over Layton? It would have to be something very special, because I still want Layton to be our starter when he's back. But a lot can change between now and then. What do we trade for Cam? I traded Jamar Webster, one of our starting linebackers, along with a 3rd-round pick. They probably would have done it for a 4th-round pick, but I wanted it to be a little more realistic, so I gave him a 3. A starting player and a 3rd-round pick. Hakeem Butler's a beast. Still a beast. He's wide receiver 3, by the way, if you didn't already know. I traded for Cam because Layton was hurt. And he's going to be hurt for the first 2 months of the season. And I wanted to make sure we had a quarterback that could help us win games in the first 7 weeks. We have a very good team, and it's just too risky to trust backup caliber quarterbacks. Because consider, you know, Hopkins is going to continue regressing. He lost 39 points this last offseason. What's next? I might have a very expensive regressing quarterback. And then look at Darius Slay. Is he even going to be on the team next year? I doubt it. And then you consider, you know, Miles Jack is in like his 8th or 9th season. We have David Andrews, but for how much longer? You got to think about all those things when you say, okay, what's your approach this season? Ours is to go and win the Super Bowl. Every decision is made with that in mind. Cam's contract is just 1 year, I think. I might have to check that. Alright, that's enough practice. I hope it's just 1 year. If it's not, I would trade him at the end of the year. Whoa, this is almost a 3-hour stream now? Are you kidding me? I can't believe that. I thought it was like 2. Please be 1 year. Thank you. Okay. 1 year contract. I thought it was. I just never double checked it. Now, if you compare Cam to Layton for when Layton's back, Layton's faster, more agile, better scrambler. 2 better throw power for Cam. 3 better short, 4 better medium, 2 worse deep for Taquan Layton. Layton still gets the edge here for me. All right. I think we are done with the preseason then. I got to put together this episode, get it up tomorrow, and then we get ready for week 1 when Nicholas Baldwin starts for the Denver Broncos. Woo, what a game. What a stream. Thank you all for hanging out with me today. It's been a lot of time streaming. I hope that you had a good time. And thank you for the support, man. It means a lot. I hope y'all have a great day. And I will see you all in the next one. Thanks, guys.